Visit MMAPowerHour.com for your most downloaded mixed martial arts news and podcasts. This is Bowkes Talking Bouts, an MMA Power Hour podcast where Dylan Bowker brings you the #1 pod that keeps you up to speed with MMA fighters from across all fight promotions.
All right, on this episode of Bowkes Talking Bouts, happy to be speaking with an individual who's got a fight going on May the 21st at Bellator 259. We've got Tyree Fortune and Grant Neal getting out there for a light heavyweight bout between two undefeated individuals and welcoming Tyree onto the show for the first time. How's your day going so far there, man?
My day's going good at the gym training.
Yeah, and I'm curious who you're putting in work with sparring partner-wise ahead of this one. Like, are you working with individuals who have similar stylistic proclivities and, I guess, a body frame to your upcoming opponent, Grant Neal, here?
Kind of. Yeah, kind of, sort of. My main training partners for this camp, though, was Taylor Johnson, Eric McConaughey, and Rylan Geiger.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm wondering, like, whereabouts you're, training at nowadays. Like, are you still kicking it out there, like, American Top Team Portland kind of scene, or, like, where are you at now?
Yes, I am. I'm at American Top Team Portland.
Yeah, what a great gym, and it seems like you've been there for quite a while now, so, like, a great rapport with all of the individuals there, I would imagine. Just seems like a great space.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, how far are you on track to... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's on you.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, how far are you on track to getting that black belt from Fabiano? Because I'd seen an old Instagram post where you got your blue belt and you were looking towards the black belt there. So how's that going?
It's going pretty good. I'm a one-stripe purple so far right now, and I'm progressing very slowly. I'm making sure I know it before I progress, because sometimes when you progress that quickly, you run into people that you shouldn't run into until you know what you're doing.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And just, I've had your brother Tyrell on the show before and talked to him, and he seems like he's doing great with, Arizona Combat Sports. Is there any level of cross-training that you do over there at all? Like, I know he was trying to get you to, I think, move there permanently at one point, but is there any degree of crossover historically getting out there?
Probably pretty soon, yeah. Pretty soon I'm probably going to start cross-training with him and see what it's like, because I've never trained anywhere else but here. So it'll be good to get another look of somewhere else and how other people do it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And just, excited for this fight coming up here. You guys are, just really making a name for yourself within the division. Like I saw in the latest rankings, you were positioned at number 8 there, and your opponent in the number 7 kind of category there. So, I mean, what were your thoughts when you were initially offered this matchup? I imagine you were pretty excited.
Oh, yeah, I was really excited. I mean, he's fought one of my teammates, and I haven't been in the cage in the past year and a half, so I've just been itching to get back in there and get everything back to 100% and not have any worries and not any stress and just be ready to fight.
Yeah, you were saying a teammate had fought him before. Did you get any localized insights on Grant Neal from that individual, or not so much?
Not so much. I really don't play into that, because everybody's going to have to fight every person they fight differently. So it's not going to be the same for my teammate as it was for me. As it's going to be for me, I should say.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure, man. The whole styles makes fights kind of adage there. But it seems like per an interview he was doing before this fight, he was talking about looking to, push an extreme pace in this fight. And it seems like he's coming out there for the finish. Like, what's your methodology with the fight here? And also, what are your thoughts on, his game plan in that regard?
I'm fine with a high pace. Let's get it. And I'm always looking for a finish, but I'm going to be looking for the finish in a smart way. I'm not going to put myself in danger at all, because, we all put ourselves in danger when we're fighting, but I don't want to put myself in danger to get hurt or like have something happen that I was training for not to happen.
Yeah, you don't want to get overzealous and put yourself in a prone position, like pursuing a finish yourself.
Right.
But I'm kind of curious though, because sorry, go ahead.
Like if the finish is there, I'm gonna go for it. But if it's not there, I'm not gonna force it.
Yeah, I just got to flow with what's going on out there. But I was talking about this fight between you guys being, between two ranked light heavyweights here, and just the light heavyweight Grand Prix kind of going on there. Like, are you kind of following along with what's going on there or anything like that? But like in the sense of maybe this is an alternate bout or anything of the sort?
Yeah, I've been following it, and I wouldn't mind being able to be an alternate right now, but I'd much rather let them fight out the Grand Prix and then move on from there.
Yeah, like maybe
I don't want to jump into the tournament late and then take somebody's spot. I mean, if I have to, I will. But if that doesn't happen, hey, I'm cool with fighting my way to the title.
Yeah, and also there could be that dynamic when the dust settles on the Grand Prix, just kind of like, I mean, you never know where you're going to be at, in a sense. I mean, if you get the ideal outcome here, 6-0, rising the ranking. So, yeah, you could be in a favorable position just to see the tournament play out.
Right.
Yeah, good spot to be in for sure. But I was noticing in your prior Bellator fights, yourself and Tyrell were able to, share, spots on both of those events there, and just, dual successes in both of those regards. I'm kind of wondering, like, how does it feel just being on this, first Bellator card whereby you two aren't concurrently competing on the same event?
Actually, it's kind of I like it because, yeah, when we were competing on those same cards, I was super nervous for him as he was for me. And it was like being able to not have that worry about, oh, he's coming up after me, or he's up right now and what's going to happen in this fight. And I don't have to have that worry about him, and he doesn't have to have that worry about me. So that's a little bit less stress on the brain and heart.
Yeah, I totally get that. Like, I have a brother myself, and I couldn't even imagine that dynamic there. But is he going to be involved in your corner or anything of the sort, or not even in that capacity?
I've kept in contact with him throughout this whole camp and everything, and he's kept, like, when just the natural things of happening throughout your camp and everything. He's helped me keep my stress level down and keep my head right. So potentially, yes, soon we'll probably be in each other's corners sooner or later.
Yeah, it's good that he's able to provide that kind of mentorship and whatnot, but there seems to be a lot of that around the Portland area, like seeming from prior Instagram posts, he seemed pretty close with the Hires family there, and it seems like Chael Sonnen has done a bit of mentorship with you there. Like, how close is that sort of mixed martial artist culture out in the Portland area?
From my experience, we're all pretty close. We all treat each other like family. I actually grew up with Chael. We grew up at the same wrestling club, and he was there before me. So I was able to see him like progress through the stages of mixed martial arts and everything to where he got to today. And once I started, like, I would talk to him a lot to see what I would need to do to get to where I'm at.
Yeah, good to have that kind of mentorship from someone who is as accomplished as he was, but it seems like you've got a great resume with, like, the freestyle, but also the Greco-Roman wrestling as well. Was the goal to always, I guess, translate this skill set into mixed martial arts eventually, or did that seed kind of get planted a bit later on?
It got planted a little bit later on. I was wrestling in college at Clackamas with my brother, and then I got away from it because it wore down on me, and I really didn't. I love wrestling, but I didn't. Like, it made me not love it. Like, the way it was structured for collegiate athletes, I didn't want to stick it out because it wasn't fun for me anymore. Basically, if that makes any sense.
No, totally fair. I imagine there was like a renewed sense of vigor in that regard, though, when you started competing in MMA, just being able to be in this new field and, seemingly a bit more opportunity learning some new skills. Like, how did it feel to kind of, I guess, transfer into that other sport there? Like, was there like a renewed sense of enthusiasm you were feeling there just after that feeling with the wrestling?
Yeah, it really made me want to be an athlete again when I started MMA, because it was something that I could include my wrestling into, but I was also able to learn new things, like learn how to actually throw a punch and actually throw a kick, and then actually learn the stuff on the ground.
Yeah, totally. And just like, it seems like the amateur experience as well paid dividends for the pro career, like just capturing belts at heavyweight and light heavyweight there and whatnot. Like, how important was the, I guess, amateur experience you have for just the total learning curve, getting ready to be a pro?
Well, for me, it was extremely important. Even though I had an extended amateur career, it was extremely important, I believe, because it gives you the experience and you actually get to learn the avenues of everything and of what you actually need to know for when you're actually in the fight. Like, you're gonna experience it as an amateur, and if you don't get those experiences as an amateur, as a pro, sometimes I feel like when you experience it as a pro, you get in your mind too much sometimes. But if you experience it beforehand, you know how to handle it, you know how to deal, and not necessarily cope with it, but you know how to set it up so where you can still maneuver and still get ahead.
Yeah, just more of like a familiar kind of feeling, like something you're used to. It's not catching you completely by surprise when you're out there for the pro outing.
Right.
But I'd mentioned that you had experience at heavyweight and then crossing over to light heavyweight. Like, was there an epiphany moment with that, just making the weight division shift? Could there be a potential return to heavyweight in the future? Like, where are you at on just all of that there with the divisions?
No, I don't think I'll be going back to heavyweight at all. They're too big. They're way too big. I think I'll be staying at light heavyweight if my body will permit me to. I'll try to go down to middleweight, but for the time being, I'm going to stay at 205.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering. Yeah.
I don't want to fight my brother.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to clear out a space where both of you can, be helming the respective divisions and just holding some gold there, eh?
Oh, of course. That's the game plan. That's the plan.
Yeah, but it just seems like you've had some cool experiences in your pro career so far there. Like, I saw you out in Bahrain there in an older Instagram post when you were with Brave CF for a little bit there. So how's the experience with that and just, the road to, carving out the niche prior to getting signed with Bellator there? Because that seemed kind of cool there.
That fight out in Bahrain, it was awesome. I took on Ben the Spider Monkey Forsyth from SBG Ireland on 4 weeks' notice. That wasn't an awesome experience. It was the first time I left the country, and I just went out there and I just fought, and it was an awesome experience. Brave was an awesome promotion, but I love the promotion I'm with right now. I wouldn't choose it anywhere else right now to be, because hey, you guys take care of me. You put me in situations to go for a title and do everything else.
Yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, great position with the company and everything like that, just rising up in the light heavyweight ranks there. And it seems like the landscape is a little bit different there, because I think I'd seen a prior interview just, in mentioning, training with Tyrell over in Arizona there. It seemed like maybe something informing not going over there right away was Ryan Bader being the champion of the division. But with the title kind of changing hands there, I imagine that clears some things up a little bit with getting out to Arizona to train. Is that a fair characterization, or am I not reading into that correctly there?
Yes and no. Like, I was when I did that interview, it was right before I got signed, and I was like, I was adamant to go on a title run, but I wanted to go train with my brother, but he was training with the guy that had the title, so it was like, if I go out there and train with him, I can't really say I want to fight him. So I was like, it's either I wait or he can fight somebody. He might lose it, he might not. And then if he still has the title, I might just have to suck it up, go train with him and wait. Or get an interim title, and then if I really want it, I can be like, hey, man, I got the interim title, you got the title, let's get it. But that didn't happen, so I wouldn't mind actually training with Bader at all. He actually would seem like a great training partner.
Oh, yeah, seems like a great training partner, has experience at a lot of high levels and stuff like that, so probably would be able to learn some stuff, no doubt. But I'm kind of curious because whenever I have fighters on, I generally gauge where they're at with the music they like to train to. Are you putting on certain artists or songs when you grab the aux cord, or are you more one of those guys that kind of just, lets whoever, helm the tunes and you're kind of just rolling with whatever?
No, I'm usually the guy that has the aux cord. I'm usually the one that's playing the music.
What are you jamming out to?
More along the lines of listening to like more hip hop and more music that we can like vibe and train to.
Yeah, definitely important to have that kind of vibe and everything like that in the gym. You don't want to be going too crazy with like metal or something like that. You know what I mean? You got to have a certain like chill, laid back kind of thing almost.
Right. Nice even keel tempo. I mean, even though you do got those times where you sometimes ratchet it up, but I keep it an even keel tempo with my music.
Yeah, no doubt. Good way to be for sure, man. I understand that. But, just in wanting to be mindful of your time here and everything like that, is there anything you want to sort of add as a parting thought as we're wrapping up here, Tyree?
No, I'm just ready to get out there and show them what I can do and show them what they've been missing.
Yeah, well, it's a great fight here, and people can check that out on May the 21st, Bellator 259, 2 5-0 individuals at light heavyweight there, 2 ranked individuals, and I was already excited for this fight here beforehand, but just talking to you is, bolstering the excitement that much more, so thanks for, coming on the show and giving some insights, man. Best of luck with the remainder of the preparations, and just have a good rest of your day as well.
Thank you for having me, and I will. I can't wait to show everybody what I've been doing and what I've been getting ready.